So we did it, Reddit. We have 200,000 subscribers. That's a big number, and I am very proud. I'm very proud of what we've done here. I'm not nearly where I'd like to be financially speaking, but I'm doing a lot better than a lot of people my age. I'll tell you that much. So I promised I would tell you what my political ideology is eventually. Now is the time. I am I'm essentially a libertarian. I say essentially a libertarian because, you know, I know people who are minarchists. I know people who are market anarchists and Hoppians or paleo-libertarians or people who really like Pinochet. I don't really care. Like, we are all basically saying the same thing. Just get the government out of my life, please. Just please get it out. In my opinion, politics is about freedom. Period. That's it. There's one axis, and it's the freedom axis. And here you have like statists, and here you have libertarians / anarcho-capitalists, whatever. I think a lot of people look at corporatism and they think, I hate capitalism. I genuinely think that's a reason why we have so many leftists. And the truth is, corporatism, I can't believe I have to explain this because most leftists just view the system we have as capitalism. It's not capitalism. Capitalism is an unrestricted free market where people can trade whatever they want to whoever they want for whatever reason, and the state, which is arbitrary, doesn't get to have a say in who trades what to who. And if we just follow what people want, human desire, human nature, then I think most people will get liberated from that, and it'll be good for a lot of people. Will everybody suddenly become a billionaire? No, that's not how it works, but not everybody needs to be a billionaire. Free market capitalism has propelled society through time and given everybody so many luxuries. Everybody can afford lights and water, and that's all possible because of capitalism. If we had, you know, a communist government, we would all be basically starving to death. Look at North Korea, look at Venezuela. I am 99% sure most leftists have never paid tax in their life. This is where the anti-centrism thing comes from. I agree with leftists that the system we have is shitty. I genuinely do. I don't like corporatism. Why do you think insurance rates are so high? Why do you think healthcare is so expensive? Why do you think education is so expensive? Why do you think you have to pay so much money to go to university? It's not because the government hasn't regulated it enough. It's because those prices don't reflect their market value because of the state getting its hands all up in all of these different businesses that they shouldn't be involved with, and now it's just a mess. For example, people look at the stock market crashing, they say, oh, the stock market's crashing, another failure of capitalism, and then they forget, okay, what happened in 2008? It wasn't the free market failing, it was the government's involvement with the free market that failed. Look at what's happening now. The Fed is printing trillions of dollars to ignore market forces, to devalue your currency, and what are you supposed to do? You're just supposed to sit back and watch as your currency gets devalued. Genuinely, like, buy Bitcoin, buy some crypto. I think that in 15, 20 years, fiat currency will no longer be valuable, and stuff like Bitcoin, I'm not saying Bitcoin specifically, but some cryptocurrency will probably be the new way of the world, and I think that's a really good thing. If the government doesn't fucking get their hands on it first. I live in a very interesting time to be a libertarian because populism is on the rise everywhere. Left-wing populism, the commies pop up everywhere, and, you know, fascism as well. If you know, if I have to pick between electing a fascist who will respect my rights and a communist who will cut my head off, yeah, I'll pick the fascist. But it's not a choice I'm going to be happy to make. Here, I'll walk you through my creative process. I don't think, what would I like to make? I'll just make whatever I want. It doesn't really matter what the market wants. No, I look at YouTube. I look at what people want to watch, what I think people would like to watch, what people are telling me they'd like to watch. I look for niches, and then I fill that niche. I think a good example is these two videos have completely contradictory theses. This video is just made to appeal to one group of people, and this video is just made to appeal to another group of people. And the only reason I do this is because I know that there's a market for each video, and those are different markets, so I'm going to scoop out more people when I talk about each thesis. And, you know, you can call me a grifter with no beliefs or whatever, but the thing is, I have beliefs, and I'm acting them out by taking advantage of this stupid culture war stuff between the left-wing populists and the right-wing populists. You know, I run my art like it was a business. I work on YouTube as if I were running a business. And, you know, obviously I love the art, but I also love the business. Okay, one other thing I can't stand. I made a video called Office Life, and all the leftists thought I was on their side, because I was critiquing, you know, capitalism, I guess. And all the right-wingers thought I was on their side because I was critiquing modernity. I was just saying that it kind of sucks to be on the bottom of the food chain in capitalism. I'm aware of that. My goal is to not be on the bottom of the food chain. I want to work within the system and get to the top. Just because I'm a capitalist doesn't mean I think you should be a wage slave that's trading time for money. I think being an entrepreneur is way better, and that's what I've decided to do. Being a libertarian, surrounded by a bunch of statists, like, the only person I can vote for is someone who's a statist. It's like, I have left-wing populism where I can raise my taxes, or I have right-wing populism where I can raise my tax. It's very disheartening, and honestly, I'm tempted to just start hoarding guns. Like, that is as involved with politics as I can be. I'm just gonna hoard guns instead of voting, because who am I supposed to vote for? The libertarian candidates, they never get any traction whatsoever. It's very frustrating for me. I almost feel like I shouldn't be a libertarian in this stage of my life. I feel like I have lost so many friends just by telling them, you know, basic market theory. You need to have supply and demand, things will collapse. It really feels like I'm friends with some left libertarians, but it really feels like they just keep putting their hand on a stove and burning themselves. Like, whoop, killed 5 million people. Oh, killed 50 million people. Oh, oops, and they just keep doing it. And you're like, stop. When are you gonna learn? Inequality is good and breeds competition and makes people progress and makes people better. And they just keep burning their hand. And it's sad to see. I almost wish I could have that sort of worldview, and then, you know, once they start paying tax and they realize, like, holy shit, the government's gonna take like 30% of my income for no reason, then they'd probably come more. I don't want to hate the government. It's just, look at what they're doing. Look at social programs. Look at how effective those are. Is it liberating people? Is it giving people freedom? Is it making them happier? No, it's making them a leech. It's making them a leech on every single person here. If you're a Nazbol, if you're a Nazi, if you're a commie of any stripe, you are a leftist in my view, because you are someone who does not understand basic supply and demand, who does not understand that you have to produce something in order to be deserving of something. That's the thing with these with a lot of leftists. They say, oh, you know, healthcare is a human right. It's a right. It's a right for me to have a doctor study 10 years and spend their time on me. And what does the doctor get out of it? I don't know. It's a right. I deserve it. It's very entitled. It's extremely entitled. And I'm not even surprised, because a lot of people my age are extremely entitled to things that they don't deserve. I've heard housing is a human right. You're supposed to get somebody to build you a house, and you don't want to pay them? Who's gonna do that if no one's paying them? You have to get paid by the state. And yeah, we know how effective things that the state pays for are doing. Like, in my city there's this train that they've been working on for, I think, 18 years now. Still not done. Still not finished. I am really scared that sometime in my lifetime there is going to be a leftist revolution, and they're gonna kill some billionaires, they're gonna redistribute their wealth, and then they're gonna realize, uh-oh, all the wealth is just gone. It evaporates. That's what happens. Everybody loses wealth when that happens. The stock market, the stocks that they had, you take them, you distribute them amongst the people, all of a sudden they're less valuable because the state mismanages things. The state is not capable of being efficient. Billionaires, smart, intelligent people are going to be the people who bring us forwards. And that's why, you know, killing them is like, you may as well just chop off your own head. It's suicide. My lefties, my righties, I don't care. Watch my content, share my content, buy my stuff. I will keep making stuff for you as long as it's profitable for me. And I think that is a beautiful arrangement that we have going here. But you know, if you want to unsubscribe now that you realize I'm a dirty, dirty capitalist, go ahead. Go ahead. I think I will be fine without you. Thank you so much for 200,000 subscribers, and I think as my business grows, I think that number will grow a lot more as well. So thank you, and yeah, now you know. If someone is questioning what my political ideology is, just send them this video, and that should clear things up. Yeah, bye.